Hello, bombshellers. If you're wondering where I have been for the past 2 days, it has been an emotional and trying time. I believe I told you a little bit about what was going on, but the details changed rapidly, facts changed rapidly, and most importantly, when it matters, you have to be there. We had a visitation and a funeral that I knew I was not going to be able to attend, but I sent my wishes with my mother, and she expressed them to our family members because that I was unable to attend. Um, but however, earlier in that morning on Tuesday, Sammy was not acting right, and I had to call the vet's office and say, "Look, I want Sammy to be seen. His behavior is dramatic, and there's something wrong." And it was a gut feeling. And they said, "Are you sure?" And I said, "I'm positive something majorly is wrong." Well, as time wore on, my mom, every once in a while, she has a vision of what could happen or what might happen. And she said, "If there's any way you can, be there for Sammy, because this might be the last time." She was spot on. And when the vet gave us the news, and I got to go to the vet appointment, that it was turning dire quickly. It was based on a blood test alone. That blood test told us that there was multiple problems. No one prepares you for death. And you have to remember that yes, Sammy was my grandma's cat. But I felt like I was letting her down if we put him to sleep. And it still bothers me that that was the call that was made. But we didn't want to prolong his suffering. And they told us that if we didn't and we kept doing tests, we were only going to make it worse. So that's when we decided we didn't want him to suffer. We had to do the right thing, the humane thing. And he was a huge part of our family. And he will be having his own separate video next. But I just want to thank the friends, the family who have been here, who have helped me through this trying time of sorrow and grief, who have been like a shining light in the darkest days. Thank you. You have no idea how hard it has been when you feel like the one person you would tell your troubles to and who would listen to you unconditionally, who would do the stupidest, zaniest things that you ever seen, who would jump on gift wrapping paper during the holidays, birthdays, while you wrap gifts, and only wanted your time and attention. It breaks my heart. I had to, these past 2 days, take a time out and reflect. And I am so grateful for a Facebook post by my 6th grade teacher and a Facebook friend who summed it up so beautifully and eloquently. About Sammy. And I'm gonna share that right now. I just gotta find it first. Losing a beloved pet is tough. They were the ones that comforted us when we were down, put a smile on our faces too. Oh, and the antics they sometimes would do. Rejoice in the fact that you gave your pet a good loving home for all those years. Without you, their lives might have been a lot different. Don't cry because they are gone, but smile because they counted on you. Loss is not easy, and that pain you feel is the reason some do not love. You, on the other hand, feel that pain, but remember the love you showed them. I'm sorry. Thank you, Clyde Self, and thank you for being a one-of-a-kind teacher and friend. I appreciate that. And, thank you. Just thank you. Okay? And for everybody who comforted me, who told me that it may not feel like the right thing, but I wouldn't want to suffer, and it was the humane thing to do. He had an appointment scheduled for Wednesday, but when I seen the condition that he was in, I didn't want to wait. That's why we made the emergency ER appointment for Tuesday. When you love so deeply, and it's the last part that you have of your one that you caregived for, the one that you looked out for, your grandmother. It affects you so deeply. Some of you may never know. But when you have double duty of being a caregiver and a granddaughter, it is overwhelming. And when you lose one of the best parts of your day, when you come home from your day, or the end of your shift and your family is there, think of when your family is not there. And the last remaining part of that family member you have is gone too. It cuts deep, it hurts deep, more than words can say. I think the hardest part about Wednesday was doing the bedding and doing everything in the house, and thinking, oh, I'll see him, and he's not there. I know what loss is. I've been through loss. But this is a deep loss, and a deep pain, and a deep heartbreak. Today was Thursday. To get my mind off things, we focused on things outside the house. Grandpa used the riding lawnmower. I used the push mower. And I planted flowers. And most importantly, I got my mind off of the things that go on in the house. Yes, we still have Peanut, and he is just as beloved. But when he's not the one that would be around me all the time, because Grandpa and Peanut go to bed, and then it's just me. And it's like, that's why it felt so alone. And I hope that you never feel alone. Next up, it is time for the eulogy. Thank you.